right, everybody. We are live once again
Live.
for the
Yes.
fifth time. For the fifth time, I have a long. I have to catch up with Mike from. Did you see that? Because
Yeah. Good luck, buddy.
he's way ahead. He's way ahead.
Myself, I've only made one live video, and that was last year. I have a long way to catch up. It's just haven't done it yet. I'm so busy being on everybody else's. It's like having my own, so I don't mind.
And I was telling Mike. I told him like on our last live. I'm blaming Anthony Perez
For everything.
for all this live because he started all. He started it all.
Yes, yes, he
Yeah.
did.
And he was gonna be with us, but something came up. So hopefully next time he'll be with us because he's good at what he does. So um,
Yeah, definitely.
I
Yeah,
Well, at
wanted.
least
you
we,
gotta credit Perez too on the fact that he brought a bunch of us together. Like he met a bunch of us, believed in us, and started this community group, especially on
yep.
Facebook, and
Yeah,
uh, it got us all together, and it's formed a really awesome community of YouTubers who like talking about movies.
that's right. Yeah, he started the whole thing. So yeah, and actually that's how I met you guys. I met you guys through him. Uh,
Yeah.
first I met Blacktastic in one of his videos, collab videos, and then I met you, Jacob. So for those of you watching live or maybe watching after the fact, I'm gonna introduce. I'm gonna start with Blacktastic. If I'm gonna go alphabetical order, I'm gonna start with Blacktastic, and he has been here with me. We did a collab on Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was quite I really like that episode, man.
That's a great one. That's a great episode.
That was a good episode. I remember it was directed by Alfred Hitchcock, and I think it was written
Yeah.
by him. That was a pretty cool episode, and when I watched that one, I was like, I'm gonna invite Black Task because I know you love also Hitchcock, so I was like, I think you
Yes.
enjoyed this one.
That
Yeah,
was a great episode.
and I'm gonna say Blacktastic also has a YouTube channel. I'm gonna put his link down in the description box below, as well as Jacob's. So yeah, Blacktastic, he does a lot of stuff in his YouTube channel. He does movies, videos. He talks about documentaries, poems, and he directs movies. And I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna let you, Blacktastic, take it away because you can tell us way with more specific what you're doing and what's coming out next week.
Yeah, a shout out to Anthony Perez. Sorry you couldn't be here, brother, but you're in our hearts. And again, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have met these two wonderful gentlemen. Because I did a lot of collabs with him back and forth. So before I met you guys, you probably see me on this channel. Go, man, who is this? Who's this guy on this guy's channel making all these jokes and having fun? And I would see comments from everybody. And he did a collab with Jacob, and I'm like, man, that's my kind of guy. And so I got the chance to know Jacob, and Jacob reached out to me. Hey, we got to collab one day. And you, cinematic man, I love the name. I love the color scheme. You know, I look for brand. You have a really, really cool brand. I'm like, man, I love these guys. But me personally, um, I went from doing open mic on stage and everything, and I want to go digital eventually. And this is my new home. I love having an audience where I can just plug in and just talk to the camera and everybody's there. But yes, I do poetry. I own a publishing company. I publish books, mostly poetry books. I'm a fan of film, more behind the scenes. And I've directed 4 films in the last 3.5 years. And this week, in on Thursday, the 27th at 9:30 Eastern Time, my latest film, right on time for Halloween. This will be the third Halloween in a row that I've released a horror film called What Have I Done? It's a art house, noir, black and white film dedicated to the old school days with the werewolf and Wolfman type movies. But Um, I think it's my best work up to date. I'm looking forward for everybody to seeing it. I just got done with a press junket, and the movie's doing well. People are really digging it, and I'm crossing my fingers that we all love it and make it popular.
Beautiful. Yeah, yeah. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for. I remember when you posted. This was months ago about the idea about a werewolf in Compton, California. I was
Right,
that
right.
sounds, that sounds, I mean, yeah, I remember that.
Yes,
And
it's come, it's come a long way since then. I changed the script, the whole scenery, but it was better for it. It's nice and tight, and I think you guys would dig it.
yeah,
And plus, I give a big nod to Alfred Hitchcock in this film, black and white. I use a lot of his tactics, so you'll see a lot of homages to Alfred Hitchcock in this film as well.
cool. Yeah, yeah. You also like you are like me in the sense that we appreciate a good black and white.
Love it,
You
love it.
appreciate that. So thank you for Blacktastic for accepting
Yeah,
this collab or our first live collab. And
yes,
also,
definitely.
I want to introduce to Jacob Martin. He had me on his channel. I want to say two times, Jacob, maybe three.
Yeah, it's I think about 2 or 3 times. I know we've done collabs. I think we've done the Goonies. We've
Yeah, yeah,
done,
yeah. Yeah,
and I think we did Arrival. I think was the most recent one.
yeah. What
And
the most? Yeah, around
I think on my Christmas series last year I had you on and we did
the
Muppet
Muppet.
Christmas Carol.
Yeah, yeah. Which it was my first time watching it.
I know I was a bit taken aback on that one because it's like, yeah, the Muppets aren't really my thing, and I don't really like musicals, so I'm like, okay, I think I asked you for the wrong movie. But hey, you were a sport about it. You still shared your honest thoughts on that one.
Yeah, I remember I was watching it, and somebody asked me like, "Why are you watching that?" I'm like, "No, I'm doing a collab video." That's why I'm watching it. And you know who did that to me also? And also he did it to Blacktastic.
Oh my God, Anthony.
Yeah, he had me for one of those Disney or Disney kids movies.
Disney kids movies.
Yeah, it was one. I can't remember the name
Was
of
it?
it.
Was it one of the Disney Channel ones?
Yeah, it's one of.
Yeah,
Yeah. So when
he is notorious for that.
and I
He
had not
probably
I had not seen that movie because I think when that movie came out, I was probably in my late 20s or something, or maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
he's a,
What am
I
I
think he
doing here?
tries to get everybody to do a Disney Channel one because I think I've done at least 2 on his channel, but at least they were some of the better ones. Like I got Don't Look Under the Bed, which had
Oh
a lot of
yeah,
horror. It had a lot of horror elements in it, and I was shocked that Disney Channel did this because I'm used to like High School Musical as far as
Mm.
Disney Channel goes.
hmm
And
But
then
yeah,
recently he did it to Blacktastic with Lilo and Stitch, right?
yeah, man. Lilo and Stitch. Man.
I, I, I gotta say, I like that movie, but that's the only one I've seen. I haven't seen the other. Uh,
yeah,
After that, there's all the movies, right? Like spin-offs or whatever you want to call them. But
yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning that they are, and I think I have to watch them because we have a collab coming up with another one. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
all right,
taking
you
it,
got me.
taking it for.
He's broadened my horizon. Let's just say that.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, but it's also funny. So that's
Oh
why
yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's
like. I like.
it's always interesting when you do collabs, especially when you collab with different other people and you're interested in trying to broaden horizons and stuff. Like the first time I collabed with Rashad, Rashad got me intrigued on. We did Dolomite. That was the first collab we did. This black exploitation film with like hilariously bad acting, poor filmmaking.
yes,
But
Yeah,
it's hilariously bad for all the wrong reasons. But meeting people like Rashad and trying to get invested into another genre of film is actually pretty interesting.
it's fun. Yeah,
no, yeah, no, it's fun. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, but it's also funny. I think it's just funny, you know. And I remember watching that review of because that review, Blacktastic, it wasn't live. It was on video, right?
uh huh. Yes,
And I remember you started saying like positive things. You know, you were looking for the silver lining on the movie. And the detective, you were like, oh yeah, the detective, he was a brother, and he said something like a nice voice, and about him, and so you were trying to find the good stuff.
I was searching, man. I was searching with a flashlight in the daytime to find something positive.
No, but that movie, I don't mind. I've seen it. I don't mind. I think it's cool. I like the Hawaiian setting and all
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
All this, not this. It's a good thing. I like
Good
that.
movie.
But I don't know about the spin-offs or the other stuff because I haven't
Oh
seen it.
yeah. I'm going to find out soon.
Yeah, I actually revisited the Stitch the movie recently
Uh-huh.
for my Disney series, and it's pretty much just a pilot episode to the Lilo and Stitch TV series that came out around that
Oh,
time.
okay.
I mean, it's okay for what it is. It doesn't really work as a follow up, but when you look
Oh,
at it as
okay.
the pilot episode to the show, it's not that bad.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay. That helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just come in with that expectations.
All right.
I love. By the way, I love Blacktastic. Hearing your feedbacks on some of these movies, like I think the first time, one of the first times I saw you was when you were on Perez's channel, and I
Uh-huh.
think it was Lady and the Tramp, and you had some of the you had some of the funniest reactions to some of the stuff in
I
that movie.
remember I remember reading your comments and you was reciting what I said. It made me laugh.
I forgot what it was now, but I think something about the ghetto dog or something. I don't remember.
Dogs in the hood or something like that.
Dogs in the hood. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. There was some tough ass dogs in that movie, man. Like, man, what the hell is this? Oh man, you're making me cry up here. Oh yeah. Yeah. Perez always tells me off camera, dude, you know how hard I laugh when I'm watching your clips before I put everything. He says I'm laughing my ass off as I'm editing. And I make these videos and I email them. I don't watch them for a long time until it premieres, and I find myself making myself laugh. I'm like, damn, did I really say that? Oh, some good times, man. Good times.
Yeah.
Always keeping it real. Keeping it real.
Yes.
So finally, after what, almost 10 years or whatever, finally Black Adam came out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Since it was, it was announced a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah, I think The Rock had wanted to play this character for, I think it was longer than that. I think it was like 15 years, I read.
I believe you're right.
It's
Yes.
when it was when he still had hair. He's like, I want to be Black Adam.
And yeah, I watched some of your reviews. You haven't reviewed that one, right, Jacob? Because you just watched it.
I just watched it last night. I saw it in the theater. Normally with new releases, I cover them on my Cinema Roundup videos at the end of the month, and so my thoughts haven't dropped yet. So if you're
Okay.
watching this live, you'll hear my honest thoughts on Black Adam for the first
All
time.
right.
Dude.
Yes.
And
Exclusive.
I did watch your review the other day.
Uh-huh.
I think your video dropped before mine because I didn't.
Oh
watch,
yeah.
I didn't watch it until I was gonna watch it at 7 p.m. my time, and I usually go to the movies by myself.
Same
So
here. I know.
I don't have to worry about other people's schedules or whatever.
Right.
I'm selfish. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that day, one of my buddies wanted to come, and I said, sure, let's go. And he couldn't make it until like 9:45 or 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So I was like, all right, let's go. But I'm like, that's like my bedtime,
Right.
Yeah.
But no, so yeah, so we went and we watched it. That was Saturday, Thursday night, and then I went back. I went back last night with another friend.
Yeah. I've seen the pictures.
Oh yeah. My buddy Jabari, and we went to the 9:45 p.m. because I was waiting to get out of work.
Okay.
But yeah, we were done like close to midnight or a little after midnight. So like, way past my bedtime. But anyway, Blacktastic, I already saw your video, but do you want to just share like overall your overall experience with the movie, like both
Yeah.
overall?
You know, I, you guys kind of know my background. I'm not a really big comic book guy, but I love movies. So if it's a good comic book movie, I'm all in. And who doesn't love The Rock? And I think he was born to play this role. I was excited, waited a long time, and I thought he was great. I thought Pierce Brosnan was great, but I have to admit, I'm kind of overindulged with superhero movies as of late. So it's kind of like there's way too many coming out, and it's hard to really get excited in between each one. And for a while now, they all seem kind of the same formula. You know, even Marvel looks like DC, and DC looks like Marvel a little bit. So that's a little disappointing, but I try to find the little nuggets that I like. On both studios, they cast excellent. And I noticed now Marvel had their first year that was kind of rough as far as reviews, and DC's been struggling the whole time with a good movie here and there. Overall, the movie was fun. It kept my attention. I really liked the beginning. I liked the background story because I don't know nothing about Black Adam. And I thought that was pretty intriguing. And it took place somewhere that wasn't New York or LA. So I appreciate that. But again, the same tropes. It's by the numbers. You know what's going to happen. You can tell when somebody's going to die. You can tell when the third act is coming. It's just, there's nothing to be surprised about. It's just, you hope the dialogue is good and the characters are good. And for me personally, it was fun, popcorn. I enjoyed it, but it's more of the same, and I'm not overly impressed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Like, so I watched it last night for the second time, and I gotta say, it is rewatchable. Like, I enjoyed it again, but I agree with you. Like, there's nothing new. you know,
Right,
there's nothing new in it. Any like breaking ground, anything new on the table.
right.
And I was telling my buddy Jabari last night. I'm like, because I asked him, it was his first time watching it, and he's like, oh yeah, I liked it, I enjoyed it. I'm like, yeah, me too. I'm like, this is my second round, and I'm like, but I think if it wasn't for The Rock, I don't know if the movie would be as fun. I, I don't know. I kind of hesitate. Maybe without The Rock as Black Adam, I think it would be a negative for the movie. I don't know if the movie would be
Yeah.
as, I don't want to say as good, but as entertaining, because I think that movie had more potential, but it's enjoyable, which is weird. It's weird to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was happy to see him on screen with the black outfit. I mean, he to me personifies Black Adam. I'm just happy for the guy because I love The Rock. But one thing I noticed, like I said, I'm not really knowledgeable about comic books, but I'm like, I could have sworn these characters starting to overlap each other. You got Hawkman, you got Falcon. I mean, you see the similarities? Two black guys with wings cracking jokes. I'm like, okay. The X-Mansion? Okay, I thought this is X-Men Part 2. You have a mansion, ground opens up, and I'm like,
the same looking Black Pearl or whatever the X-Men.
I mean, they didn't try to be different. I'm like, wow, this is embarrassing. And then
plane coming out of the ground.
yeah, only thing was different. They had tennis courts and basketball courts. This was just greenery. And then Cyclone is a knockoff to me of Storm with less powers. And I'm like, wow, this is not very imaginative, but I guess they've been in comic book lore for a long time. I'm just not familiar with the characters. And to me, Dr. Fate was another Doctor Strange. I'm like, their names are even similar. I'm like, wow, this is I thought I was watching an X-Men movie for a while. What it felt like.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Jacob, and
you
what are you?
forgot. Oh, you forgot to mention the Atom Smasher, who pretty much looks like
Oh,
giant Ant Man.
Yeah,
thank you. I forgot about that. Just I'm like, and he was cracking jokes like Ant-Man. I'm like, wow, this is a total ripoff. But oh well.
Now, I will say I don't think. See, to me, I get what you're saying on that, but that never took me out of the story. I think because these are based on comic book characters, I think it
True.
gets a little bit of a pass to me. Even though
yeah,
I, like you, I don't really know the comics that much. I've never read a comic in my life. But as far as what I thought on Black Adam the movie, I think I'm in the same ballpark as both of you. I think without The Rock, I don't think this movie would be near as memorable. It's pretty
Right.
much an average comic book movie that doesn't really reinvent the wheel. But I can't lie when I say I still had a blast with it because
Yeah.
I enjoyed The Rock, his charisma and personality as Black Adam. I like that, The Rock still had his usual charm and bag of tricks that he brings to a lot of his characters, but still has a dark side to him. I think exploring the character's vengeance and alleged heroism and kind of balancing the line, I thought was actually really interesting to watch. I did like his backstory and where that led.
Yeah.
And I like that, for a 2 hour comic book movie, I like that the movie focuses so much on the action to where you're at least guaranteed to have a good time watching, the events and the action unfold. I did enjoy I think most of the characters. Some of them I think were a little underdeveloped, but I still enjoyed, especially besides Black Adam, Pierce Brosnan as Doctor Fate.
Yeah.
I thought was really excellent in the role. It was cool seeing him in a comic book movie. And the Hawkman, I thought was a fun character, seeing his back and forth quips with Black Adam. I think those were some
Hmm.
of the highlights of the movie. Again, I don't think this is reinventing the wheel as far as the comic book genre goes, but I still had a fun time with it, and I hope to see more out of this character. If anything, just to
Yeah.
see more of The Rock as Black Adam and what else that's gonna bring.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I like those jokes, or kind of like, for instance, when Hawkman, he was telling the Atom Smasher, "You and me,
Yeah.
uh,
you and me."
Yeah,
Well,
that was the one character that I thought stood out like a sore thumb. Was the Atom Smasher, but he wasn't really feeling it for me. Like every time
Yeah.
the guy kept cracking jokes, I'm like, it's not really working out. And again, I think too many similarities between him and the Ant Man, and the Ant Man did this style of comedy a lot funnier. So
Yes.
yeah, and that guy, I don't know his name. The actor,
uh,
wait,
it's Noah Centineo
okay,
is his name.
is he the actor who was supposed to play as He-Man in the live action? I heard something about that.
Huh,
Let
I
me
don't
see.
know.
I can look that up real quick.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
Uh,
because
yeah, he. It says he is supposed to play He Man,
okay, okay. So then
but
what I heard.
uh, but it said he was set to play him, but dropped out of the film. So,
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
so I don't.
I remember hearing about that project months ago, but I haven't heard anything recently, so I wasn't sure if it was still happening or not. But yeah, but I didn't know it was him. So after I watched the movie, the next day I heard something on YouTube about that he was supposed to play Prince Adam or He-Man, and I was like, oh really? So, but I couldn't, and I never double checked.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have anything against the actor. I think he was, I think, trying with the character. I
Mhm.
think it was more so the script that really brought him down. I'm pretty sure if he's in a great script, I'm pretty sure he'll be a charming actor to watch. But I didn't really care for the character that much, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, him and
And
Cyclone.
him and Cyclone, I thought, were like the least interesting of the Justice Society. They were the ones I said that I thought were the most underdeveloped. Like
Mhm.
Hmm.
they I just didn't really care for them as much as the other characters, and I think if you cut them out of the movie, I think the movie would still be the same movie even without them.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a new character to me. I never heard. I mean, I heard about the Atom, but well, I heard about Atom, but without Smasher. So I don't know if they added the name Smasher or if it's a different
Uh,
Atom. I don't know that, but I heard
Yeah,
about Atom before. I heard about Doctor Fate, of course. I have it in a T-shirt somewhere. Obviously, I know about Hawkman because I have a little boy. But obviously, I know about Black Adam, but I never heard about Cyclone. So that she was like 100% new to me. So
yeah,
I don't
oh
know.
wow, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like a little bit of the CGI that they did with her when she was spinning and all those colors and using the wind. And I never thought like she was like Storm without the electricity power, right?
Yeah, she was Storm.
Yeah,
I mean, she was easy on the eyes. She was attractive,
yeah, just
and
yeah,
I can't. I should guess she's really really smart, so that helps.
yeah.
But other than that, it
And
didn't do a whole lot
yeah.
for me.
I never seen that actress before. I don't even know her name. I didn't
No.
look it up, but she's
Uh,
hundred
Let me
percent.
see. It's Cyclone. I'm probably gonna botch her name. Quintessa
Yeah,
Swindell.
Quintessa. Yeah, Quintessa.
Yeah,
Yeah, I liked
yeah,
her. She was fine. Well, the one that played Isis, the lady that was the mother to the little boy, I really liked her in the film. I liked her backstory, her husband being killed, and she was trying to, look for this crown. I really, really enjoyed her character. She always kept my attention whenever she was on screen.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I'm new to her too. I don't think I've seen her before. Yeah,
Well, yeah, I never seen her before, but I never forget her. I tell you that. Gorgeous. Oh my God.
she
Beautiful.
wow, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, speaker, that little kid, I don't think he looks pretty new also. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I couldn't place a
Yeah.
lot of him.
Which that kid was hit and miss for me. Like there were
Yep.
some parts of the film where he annoyed the crap out of me, like the way he kept like butting in and getting part of the action and keeps getting in trouble. And there's one part where he intentionally gets in trouble just to attract the attention of Black Adam. I'm like, what are
Yeah.
you doing, man? What if he refuses to listen to you? Like
Exactly.
you get your stupid butt killed. Like, come on now.
Yeah,
But
their relationship is kind of
I
it's
do
kind of
like
hit or miss.
I liked his enthusiasm though. Like I like that
Yeah.
he encouraged Black Adam to be pretty much do his thing throughout. I like that he's the one who came up with the catchphrase. Tell him the Men in Black sent you.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
That was actually a pretty good catchphrase. And I liked. I think I liked his optimism. Now he's a big superhero fan. I like seeing all of the DC superheroes that he has on his wall.
Right.
Superman, Batman, all his characters. Like he's a relatable character, but he can be so annoying at times. Like
yeah.
Yeah. Definitely hit or miss. But like you said, some certain scenes he was lovable. I enjoyed him, and some scenes I'm like, kind of remind me of Terminator 2. He talked a lot. He got this big old giant robot looking guy and trying to teach him how to be more human. So it kind of gave me a Terminator 2 vibe
yeah,
whenever they were going back and forth with stuff. But to me, it was fine.
That's a good
yeah,
observation. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Kind of like
Like when
the
John Connor
the
was
lesser John Connor.
not to kill. Yeah, yeah,
But
that's pretty
but
cool.
one thing I have to say though, I mean, you guys, especially you, Cinnamon, you're more of a comic book guy. So was that a what do you call that? A premonition when Black Adam was fighting in the bedroom and they were punching like Superman's face and Batman in the bedroom, like all their posters are getting destroyed. So is that like a premonition? Like eventually he's gonna fight the Justice League, you think?
I noticed that because he was destroyed like by accident or whatever.
Purposely. Yeah.
In order, like Batman was falling, and then they were ripping on the Flash. Yeah, I noticed like it was one after the other, like
Right, right.
here, and I noticed it the first time. I don't know if it's a premonition, but you are pointing something new to me again, just like you mentioned about John Connor. Uh, yeah, that's a pretty good interpretation. That maybe that's to come, but because I didn't think about that. I know
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think
it's
about it that way. I
yeah.
just thought it was more so of a. I viewed that as more of a comical scene where he didn't know his surroundings and he was just punching to get his anger unleashed and
Right.
stuff.
Or, or,
One thing
or,
I know as a
or
director, sometimes we do things intentionally on film, and I'm like, sometimes I watch a movie as a fan or sometimes as a director. As a director, I was like, this is intentional. They showed him jacking up Superman's picture a couple of times. And
yeah,
Yeah,
Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman, he didn't mess her up. But I noticed that all the men from the Justice League purposely they showed fists going through the door, through the face, through the chest. I'm like, oh, I think that's pretty intentional. I thought
the
that was quite clever from a director
yeah,
standpoint.
Superman was twice because there were two different posters. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
the first one was
I noticed too when he got the Superman poster, like the face shriveled up, and you intentionally didn't see his face. I'm like, they're saving that. They're saving that for the end.
and
There
then
you go.
But
Very good.
the second time he's fighting Hawkman, and then when he throws a punch and he goes to the Superman logo with the chest.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
the second time. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's interesting that you pointed out. Like maybe it could be. Uh, I know a little bit of comics. I have read not many. I'm very limited, and the ones
Hmm.
that I read are more like Marvel. So the only thing I know about Black Adam is things that I've heard or read, but not usually in comics. But I know, like in the comics, he's a villain. I know that.
Hmm.
But in the movie, and I think most of us were suspecting because The Rock was gonna be Black Adam. We kind of knew that he wasn't gonna be a complete villain because he's The Rock.
Right.
mhm.
He hasn't been a
Uh,
villain. Probably in the movie Doom, he was a villain. I know that. The Scorpion King, I don't remember if he's a villain or not in there. But
uh, he was a
I
villain
forgot.
in The Mummy Returns as the
Yeah.
Scorpion King with that awful CGI they put on him.
so I don't know if he's gonna go like bad or he's gonna be like because in this movie he's not a hero, but he's not a monster. Actually, the mom, right?
Yes.
The kid, that's what she says. He's like, "You saved me in that cave. I know you're not a hero, but you're not a monster either." So I was like, okay, so she just telling us that he's gonna be like in between, and I think that's what he's gonna stay like. I don't think he's gonna go full villain or maybe a full hero. I don't know. I don't know.
I think what they're going to do is make him a protector, more or less a hero. If anybody comes over there and mess with their diplomacy and their laws,
Mhm.
he's going to get pissed. And we know what happens in the after credits, but I say that for later. But if any superhero comes over there and try to delegate, he's not having it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't care who comes over there because and Amanda Walter said, "Well, this is your prison. You stay put." And I thought the mother said something really, really poignant in this film. She goes, "You know what? For the past couple of decades, we have been getting destroyed in our own government, and you guys never showed up.
yeah,
But when Black Adam comes, all of a sudden you want to come over here and delegate." So I think that's a really poignant part that could really be a good MacGuffin in the future. And and I don't think Black Adam's going to go for it.
yeah, yeah. Did
Yeah,
you?
I noticed that too because Black Adam, as soon as he started coming in, blowing people up and taking those bad guys out, the people were cheering him on. But then the Justice Society showed up and Hawkman saved those two
Mm.
people that Black Adam was dropping. They were
Yes.
booing at him even though he was, I think the I think what most people would perceive as the hero of the story, but
Right.
they saw Black Adam, and based on that environment, and they've been controlled by so many years by these evil people. They just want action and don't really want to see the rest of like the normal diplomacy and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it makes for some interesting commentary.
Yeah.
That I think what I respect the most about some of these DC films is that they try to at least have something to say while giving you the action that you want. That's why I've been a fan of Zack Snyder's DC films, because Zack
Definitely.
Snyder still has a lot of poignant elements that feel believable and grounded, even with the big explosive comic book action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like his. I like Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this director kind of took a page from Zack Snyder. If I didn't know better, it felt like Zack Snyder had his hands in this movie with all the slow
Yeah,
motion,
motion
yeah,
there.
yeah.
the classic songs. I'm like, this is visually, it's stunning. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
did feel like this director was trying to take influence from Zack
Yes.
Snyder during some of the action sequences, and I did look up who did direct this. It's June Sarah. I know I botched his name, but he primarily did a lot of those Liam Neeson action movies. Like he did like
Oh,
The
okay.
Commuter and Nonstop and Unknown and several others. But
uh,
he recently teamed with The Rock and did Jungle Cruise, and I
That's
really
right.
like that. And I really like that movie. So it's cool
Mm,
seeing him go from, I think, these average Liam Neeson action films, which are kind of interchangeable to me, to
yeah.
doing
Yeah.
these bigger budgeted blockbuster films, which still has the fun over the top action with some
Yes.
stories that you're invested in,
yeah,
Yeah.
even if even if they're not the best films in the world or anything. But they're still good for what they are.
Right. If you cut out the last half of that third act, the film would have been much better. I mean, the living dead coming alive. And I'm like,
yeah.
what are we watching?
They were
What?
Yeah,
just hitting
yeah,
a break.
You hit it with a pencil. Bing.
And then
Oh,
that was it.
I was like,
yeah.
what? It got silly. That it got silly. But
Um. Oh, hey, Mike.
Mike, he says, from the you see, hey fellas, wanted to stop by and say hello. Won't be watching the full stream until later in the week when I have seen the movie. Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
he went out, he was out of town for this weekend.
yeah. He
oh,
went
okay.
to
He was
he
gonna
went to
go.
this like horror Comic
Yes,
Con type thing. I saw the vlog video he dropped today. It was like a really neat event that he went to. It's pretty
Oh,
much like
cool.
Comic Con, but it was all
Oh,
like
but
horror
for
movie stuff.
nice.
And it was actually pretty cool. He actually got to, I forgot, I think he got an autograph from the director of the Terrifier movie, which he's a big fan of.
Oh, wow.
he
That's
posted
awesome.
he posted a picture, right? I think on Instagram or somewhere.
Hmm.
Yeah, like with a picture with the clown from Terrifier or something. Yeah, I saw something today. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty cool. So, did you guys see any that twist? I didn't see that twist, but it's still,
Oh, that are you
I
talking about
didn't.
that like the twist that the king of that of was actually like the descendant or whatever?
No, that one I kind of saw it. The twist that the little kid that we saw at the beginning is not the Rock; it's actually his son.
Yeah.
See, I kind of saw that coming because you see the kid talking to his dad, and it
Yep.
sounded like The Rock's voice. But
I,
then I was kind of confused over the intro because it was so clunky because you didn't really see much of the action. And the movie decided to take the approach of, okay, we're going to reveal more of the backstory as the
Mhm.
story goes along. But I think it was one of those cases to where I think the trailer might have spoiled too much because I remember The
Yep.
Rock saying in a voiceover, my son sacrificed himself to save me or whatever. And
Yep.
that was like the big twist of the story. And I'm like, well, you shouldn't have showed that in the trailer if you were trying to make a big twist out of it in this
They
movie.
ruined it. Yes.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
they ruined it.
Trailer, he says something about my son died, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, now that yeah, true.
My
And
son sacrificed his life for me.
mhm.
That was in both trailers. I'm like, okay. And they showed it in the trailer. I'm like, okay, that's his son.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did.
But
I
I
still
I
didn't see
still
that.
thought it was a good backstory, but
Yeah.
like I don't think making a twist really worked when you went out of your way to make it a big deal in the trailers.
Yeah,
True. True. And plus, did you notice the lady that played Isis, the mother of the child? She looks like the exact same woman that was his wife.
is what? Yeah, I noticed that too. I
Oh,
don't
They,
know.
they look
I didn't
identical.
notice that.
Yeah,
And I see the parallel. He lost his son. He lost his wife. oh, in the new century, I got to be a woman that looks like my old wife, and I got to be another little boy to raise. I think it's kind of a nice parallel if they're going for that.
I actually like that. The more that
Yeah,
you think you brought that up, and that actually is a good point.
yeah, it's pretty
I didn't
cool.
really think of it that way, and it makes sense that the king that he fought and had revenge on in the prologue is the villain in the present day too, like his descendant
Yeah,
or whatever. But
that was
that
pretty
I think
cool.
that's I like the concept. I think was good, but my big negative, besides some underdeveloped characters, yeah, the villain was lame. Like the villain that they had throughout, like he's not memorable by any
No,
means. The only time he stood out was when he became that demon monster at the end, but I still didn't, I think, care about the stakes of that because I didn't care for the character at all.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it
once
was, it
again,
was,
yeah, hell on earth. Once again, I'm like, come on, didn't Hellboy do this? Stop.
and Hellboy did it better.
Way better.
Yeah, especially in the second one.
Yeah, that villain was very
And
MCU villain kind of, or like
yeah, and I feel bad for that actor too because like his name is Marwan Kenzari, and he
Hmm.
also played Jafar in the live action Aladdin, which I didn't
Oh,
realize
wow.
that until
I didn't need
after
that.
watching it,
Wow.
and
Okay.
and I didn't think Jafar was that interesting in the live action Aladdin. So he keeps playing these like one note villains, and like come. I feel like, come on, you need to broaden your scopes as an actor so people would like you instead of being in these generic one
Yeah.
note bad guy roles.
He's 0 for 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know he was Jafar. Ah, yeah, yeah. That's
I had
interesting.
no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up, Jacob. I
I
didn't.
thought he looked familiar when I saw him in the prologue as the king or whatever, and then when I looked it up, I'm like, oh, there we go.
Yeah, yeah. He wasn't. There was not so much of a twist. At least that one, I saw it from a mile away that they was gonna be like the son, or
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like an heir or the last descendant
Yeah.
of the old king.
Well, I knew he was a villain in the first 10 minutes when he was in a cave with flashlights. I'm like, all right, this looks fishy. Oh, he got claustrophobic and went get some air. I'm like, you just threw him out the building, man. I mean, I just knew it from the very beginning.
Yeah,
So,
And
and
they,
usually DC has good villains. They dropped the ball on this one.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's why,
I, I,
yeah,
yeah, I think the only other villain in the DCU I don't care for is Enchantress in Suicide Squad. That was garbage. But but yeah, for the most part, like they've been great on their villains, and well, just going into the DCU, but like General
Mhm.
Zod in Man of Steel is probably still my favorite villain
yeah.
they've
Yes.
done, and I liked. Well, he sucked in the Justice cut, but Steppenwolf in the Snyder cut was fantastic.
Was better.
Yes. Yes.
And just changing the subject slightly, uh, Hawkman, uh, Aldis Hodge, right? That's his name, Aldis Hodge.
Yeah. Great actor.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, he was. If you wanna see him, maybe you have, but if anybody has not seen him in Brian Banks, I think that's the name of the movie. He was great. Like he, you can see his range in acting. I think it's called
yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
It's one of those biopic movies about an American football player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know. I don't know.
I think I remember seeing that one advertised, but it's just one that came and went, and I forgot about it
Yeah.
after it
I
was
never seen it.
advertised. But I
Check.
remember now that you brought it up, I'm like, yeah, that movie actually looks pretty good.
No, yeah, he cries. He acts very, very, very well in that movie. Like you can see, like he's a good actor. Also, he was very good. Well, it was a different character, but he was very
Oh,
good in Invisible Man.
Oh,
oh,
that's
I,
right.
Yeah,
I
He played
forgot
the
he was
best
in
friend.
that.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah,
And and
and I've seen him in. Have you guys seen One Night in Miami on Amazon Prime?
I missed
Uh,
it.
I haven't. No, I haven't seen that.
he plays one of the four characters that meet in the hotel room. He's Jim Brown.
Oh, I seen it, but I didn't see the actual movie. But I seen what you're talking about. But I heard it's
Yeah,
excellent.
because him and I think Sam Cooke is one that meets, and
Muhammad
Muhammad
Ali,
Ali and
Malcolm
somebody
X.
else. Malcolm X, thank you.
Yeah, Malcolm X. True story, based off a true story or
That
a
one
true
is
event.
Amazon, right? But it was in theaters for a week. It was a little bit
Yes.
in theater. I
Yeah.
missed it. I forgot why I missed it. My theater got it, and I didn't miss it. It came out like in I don't know what year. Recently, it was in December or
I
It,
think
something.
it,
it was last year. It was during the Oscar season.
it
All right,
yeah,
so around
and
okay, early
Yeah.
then. Yeah,
and
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to the actor originally, but looking back at it now that I know that's the same guy, I thought he was great in that movie.
I still remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I first noticed him in Straight Outta Compton. He played MC Ren in Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, he's in it.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't seen that one.
I seen the movie. I own the movie, but I don't know. I need to.
Yeah. Go back and watch it. You look at him. I'm like, oh, he plays MC Ren from Straight Outta Compton. He didn't have a whole lot of speaking lines, you
Uh-huh.
know, but that's him. That's when I first noticed him. And then he was on a hit TV show for a while. They were like, oh, I have to look it up. If you look up his name, he was on a TV show for a while, like a group of people. They would all go out and do things, kind of like Mission Impossible type stuff. I
Uh,
remember him from
it
that
says
show.
it says he was in a show called Underground. Is that what it is?
I thought it was something different, or
He
maybe
was
I
in
got the
another
actor.
show. He was in a sitcom called Girlfriends, and it said he was in another show called Underground.
Okay, might be a different actor. I could have sworn I seen him in something else too, but yeah.
And the reason I was talking
Uh,
about him
oh, is it Leverage? Is that the one?
Leverage, yes.
Okay, I just saw. I almost missed that when I was
And
looking at
his
his
character is totally
Wikipedia
different.
page.
He's totally like comedic in that show. Leverage. He was really good in that show.
Oh, really? I haven't even
Yeah.
heard about that show. Wow. I might check it out. The leverage.
No, leverage.
Oh, leverage.
Like leverage, like
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool.
I
cool
hear that
show.
word, and I hear that word, and I think Jack Sparrow. Leverage.
There you go.
Oh, the reason I was pointing out Aldis Hodge is because if they didn't do it, Marvel didn't do it. Whenever they announced, when that we found out that Chadwick Boseman passed away, and they were making Black Panther two.
Right.
They were thinking about recasting, and I was like, he will be my choice as T'Challa. And obviously, I mean, we know that didn't happen. They haven't recast another
Yeah.
actor, but he would have been like if I had the power to recast T'Challa, Aldis Hodge would be my Black Panther, man.
That's a good one.
That would be a good choice. I had thought of that too because I have a feeling we're gonna get to T'Challa eventually. I think
Yeah.
I decided it was too soon to recast him because Chadwick did such a good job at playing the character, and it's hard to top that. But
Yeah.
that is a good choice, especially after seeing him in this movie. I think another good one I thought of was John David Washington. I've
That's
really
my
liked the
choice.
range
Oh yeah,
That's my choice.
that I've seen in the movies
Yeah.
I've seen him in, especially if you've seen Tenet and Black Klansman. Like he's fantastic in both of those movies.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he kind of favors him a little bit, He kind of favors Chadwick Boseman a little bit. But yeah, he was my first choice.
Oh yeah. Yeah. His new movie. I don't know if I'm gonna see Amsterdam. I've been hearing no very nice things.
I heard it's bad.
I've heard it's horrible.
Yeah. I'm like Chris Rock, him, all these wonderful people, and it's bad. But hey,
Christian
It is.
Bale,
Christian Bale in it, Margot Robbie,
Robbie,
Robert De Niro, Rami
Yes.
Malek.
yeah, and it's bad.
I remember when I saw the advanced poster in the movie
Uh
theater.
huh.
The advanced poster, it has like a logo only. It has no picture. This is not the final poster, just the advanced, and it has the name of everybody. And I was like, I was like the first time I saw before watching trailers or anything. I saw all this name of the cast. I was like, wow, this is an Oscar contender looking thing.
Well,
Well, it's gonna be a
Not
Razzie
anymore.
contender.
Yeah.
It's gonna be up there with Catwoman.
Yeah. And there's so much to watch right now in the theater actually that I don't know if I'm gonna go and see that one. I gotta catch up with other movies, but
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
that's one of my problems. I think ever since COVID happened, I think Hollywood's just trying to play catch up on all the
Yeah,
movies that got postponed. It seems like every big movie is coming out every week, and it's just hard to catch up on everything. To the point where like now I'm kind of on like a money crunch at the moment because of some upcoming
exactly. Yeah,
life stuff. So I gotta pick and choose over what to see and what
yep,
not to see and wait a little bit, unfortunately.
Yeah,
yeah. I hear you.
that's how. What is coming out?
Uh, I'm,
Paradise. Ticket to Paradise came out.
yeah, that came out the same weekend as
Oh
Black Adam,
yeah,
and it
Yeah, this.
actually looked decent. Even
I
though
heard. I heard it's pretty funny.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
rom coms aren't really like my go to genre, but I do like the cast and I like the
Hmm.
vibe from watching the trailer. It actually looks pretty decent.
It looks decent. Yeah, my wife wants to see it. She usually we never go to the movies together. Well, actually, she doesn't go as much compared to me, but she wants to see that one. So most likely, I'm gonna see her. But,
Oh,
but,
nice.
but even if she didn't want to see it, I would still go. So I want to give. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit like. I mean, not like the same story, but like the Lost City, kind of the same vibe type of thing. Like
Same premise. Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
like back in the day, right? Because
Hmm.
they have this teenage daughter, or maybe like a college age daughter, and she's making like in the trailer they stand dance one of those songs from the 90s, right, or something. And then the daughter
Yep.
is like, oh guys, you guys are embarrassing me, something like that. So,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll probably watch it just for the nostalgia, just so I can hear good music,
Yeah.
good music from the 90s or
Good
something.
I
music.
think I think what intrigued me to check it out was I saw it was from the same director who did. I don't feel guilty for saying this because I legit like this movie. The same guy who did Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, which
Oh
was an
yeah.
absolute jam of a movie, which was saying something because the first one I wasn't that big a fan of. That one had Pierce Brosnan breaking out in song, which was awful.
Woo.
But the sequel was actually pretty good. Like I actually enjoyed the characters, the story, and I thought they did a better job with the ABBA songs than the first movie did. So uh, it kind of makes me intrigued to see this other rom com he's doing with two actors I really like. George Clooney and Julia Roberts, who are great together.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife likes those two actors. So I mean, I like George Clooney. Julia Roberts, I'm indifferent, so whatever. But uh, I, I'll give it a shot. I want to give it a
Yeah.
shot in that movie.
Uh, I don't think I've seen them in any rom coms together, but they are great in Ocean's 11.
They are.
Yeah,
They are.
yeah. And there's another movie that came out. I want to see Triangle of Sadness.
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
heard really good things about that.
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to check it out. It just came out too. Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah.
And there's
I
another
think
one that came out, but my theater they don't have it yet. I'm hearing like good stuff. Something
Hmm.
about the Banshees. Is with
Oh, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's like the Banshees of Ishirin or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
That one looks interesting.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
And
Colin Farrell in that one, right?
yeah,
yeah,
Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson are in it,
Yeah.
and
and it's from the same guy who did Three Billboards.
oh, that's a
Hmm.
good movie. I
So
like that movie.
yeah,
Hmm.
Three billboards in somewhere Missouri, right?
yeah,
Or something
Three
like
Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
that. Missouri, yes,
Yeah.
that was a good movie, dude.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
like that one too.
Yeah. So just to wrap up uh,
Oh,
the
actually, there's
Black Adam one.
yeah.
Uh,
There's one thing I wanted to mention before we get into the big post credit scene.
oh
I
yeah.
think I had heard that Black Adam and Shazam were connected in some way, but I didn't realize how big of a connection that
Oh, me
Black
either.
Adam had. Like, I didn't realize that the same wizard that gave like Shazam his
Yeah,
powers also gave Black Adam his powers. Like,
I
wow,
had
I
no
didn't know
clue.
that. It was cool seeing that character in the
Yeah,
prologue in Black Adam. I'm like, that's how it's all connected. And Black Adam can get his powers and lose his powers just by saying Shazam, much like the Shazam character.
yeah.
I knew about that connection only because there is a movie. It's an animated movie when it's Shazam and Superman versus Black Adam type of thing. It's on HBO Max. I think you can find it. You can find it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I saw that movie several years ago, so that's why I knew about the connection. And
Oh,
they look the same. Like the cape is very similar. Uh,
yeah, kind of a short cake with the
yeah,
little tassels, and
Yeah.
because I
yeah,
grew up watching the TV show back in the '70s. Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
they do look.
The logo and the capes are about the same.
They
look
do
like
look
brothers.
similar there.
Look
Yeah.
like brothers,
Yeah.
brothers with different daddies. Same mama, different daddies. Okay.
Well, let's talk about that loud secret.
The loudest
Yeah, it
secret
was.
ever kept.
It was not a well kept secret.
Well, which is probably a good thing because it probably sold more tickets. So I think The Rock knew what he was doing when he was doing his press junket tour. He knew what he was doing. The guy's brilliant.
Yeah, he's smart. He's a business guy.
Yeah.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Okay. But at the same time, I wished we did not know about that, so the
Yeah.
reveal would have been more epic. Because I
Yeah.
knew it was coming. Like, I think some critics were spoiling it already, which I hate it when they do that. And then The Rock
Mhm.
was leaking that out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
I
still
did.
gonna watch it though. I watched it with my family because we went because this is my mom's birthday week, and so this was like her little birthday treat, and we saw it. And I didn't
Nice.
tell any one of them about this cameo. So when
Oh,
they
so
saw
that's
it, they were
cool.
like, so when they saw it, they were like, oh,
Now that's awesome.
I
yeah,
All that hunkiness together on one screen. Women gotta
yeah,
love that.
I
yeah,
didn't
oh yeah,
I didn't see the leak. I only heard a rumor, and the rumor was that Superman was probably gonna be in it. So
Yeah.
I was, so I wasn't spoiled, but I was spoiled. You know, like kind of like half
Right.
half.
yeah. It's kind of like how I was with No Way Home because I didn't see any of like the leaked photos that
Oh,
was
yeah.
going out. But yeah, there were those rumors. I'm like, Toby and Andrew were gonna be in it. Toby and Andrew are
Yeah.
gonna be in it. I'm like, nah, I'll believe it when I see it. And so when I did see it, I was like, oh, it's true. Yes, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the same didn't happen with Black Adam. Like
Uh,
people were already saying, oh, Henry Cavill's back. I'm like, oh, dang it, I wanted to know that when I saw the movie.
If it wasn't for the whole contract dispute and stuff, if that wasn't a issue, then I think they could have kept it quiet because he wasn't going to be Superman according to the old regime at Warner Brothers. So if that was all taken care of months ago, then it could have held it and kept it a secret. But I think that's the big reason. Once people get news of that, they got to talk about it on their YouTube channels, and it only makes sense that The Rock say, okay, because from what I heard, they shot the scene in September.
Yeah,
That was,
yeah.
I read that. That was a
yeah.
last minute reshoot.
So they kind of knew what they were doing. So okay, he signed the contract. He's going to be Superman. Good. Get him in my movie so I can fight this guy in my next movie. That's all The Rock put that together.
Yeah,
You can tell.
And
and all for the. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. Apparently, at first they were gonna show him a headless Superman because before Cavill
Yeah.
was back, they were gonna show him with showing his face.
Again.
Yeah, kind of like in
Yeah,
Shazam.
like Shazam. Yeah, yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible.
that was lame in that movie.
That
No,
was bad.
he's my favorite. He's my favorite Superman. So I'm glad he's back.
I'm
Uh,
happy for the guy.
yeah, I've been a big defender of Henry Cavill Superman. I've been a fan of Man of Steel since it came out in 2013. Nothing against Christopher Reeve Superman. He's still the definitive Superman in my book. But I love what
Yes.
Zack Snyder brought to the character. He did like a brilliant reinvention of the character for a new audience, and I love
Yeah.
what Cavill brought to the role. And to me, it was disheartening to see Warner Brothers didn't have faith in the character, and he's been on
Right.
the back burner for the past few years. And so I'm hoping there's a new group in Warner Brothers now. I haven't been the biggest fan of the decisions at Warner Brothers Discovery. I've been a little skeptical of whatever their 10-year plan is. I mean, they canceled Batgirl, which I'm still shocked that had happened since it was near done. But
Yeah.
if this post-credit scene is any indication, I am excited to see more of Henry Cavill's Superman. At least they
Yeah.
actually have just announced a Man of Steel 2 finally.
Yeah, I heard that today.
So,
I'm
so
down.
I think they gotta get. I think they gotta get like the studio has to get like the kinks out of their system. But I think as soon as they get the kinks out and the movies are still good, I think DC can be on high quality as Marvel.
They should have a good year. I mean, despite Ezra Miller and his problems, I heard the Flash is excellent. I
Yeah,
heard it's
I've
excellent.
heard.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah,
heard they're gonna have a cameo. They're gonna have a cameo with Michael Keaton. They're gonna bring back Christopher Reeve, unseen footage to be in this movie. I'm like, this sounds pretty cool. And then you have Aquaman 2 coming out. So DC can have a really strong year next year
yeah,
and
and
build off of that. And plus, Black Adam does help.
and plus they got Shazam. That sequel's coming out next
Oh,
year
that's
too.
right.
And
I forgot about that.
yeah, because I saw the trailer for it before Black Adam, and
Ooh,
it looks
fun.
awesome. I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah, it looks fun. And you got two female villains. You never see that before, so that looks really cool. I like that.
Yeah, uh, yeah, I really like the family aspect of
Oh
Shazam
yeah.
and his foster family. See, I did not know about that when watching Shazam because I didn't know the character, I didn't know his story. So when he shared his power with his foster family and they became superheroes too, I'm like, man, this is actually really awesome. I was really digging that. As cheesy as it was actually quite rewarding. I thought.
Yeah, because I don't know nothing about the comics, but when I grew up, I used to watch Shazam on TV on Saturday mornings, the show back in the '70s. And I'm telling you, it was cheesy because it was some Indian looking dude riding around on a Winnebago with an old white man, and they just drive around through the country. And he get out the van, Shazam! Then he turns into a white guy wearing it was a beach towel he was wearing with tassels. I'm like, God, this is bad, but I loved it as a kid. It was terrible. Yeah, just riding around a Winnebago with some old white dude look like Grizzly Adams. I'm like, this is weird. And the guy's obviously either Hispanic or East Indian. Then he turns to some white dude and he turns into
Oh
Shazam. I'm
man.
like, this is bad. Then I had a
This,
spinoff called
people,
ISIS.
people, people today would be like, cancel, cancel.
Yes, it was. I mean, it's on YouTube. Hey, Jacob, if you want to laugh your butt off, go to YouTube the minute we're done and look at some old episodes of Shazam from the 1970s. That's my Shazam. That's what I have to grow up watching. And the set pieces, come on. Where you guys at? In some park? It is hilarious.
You said this is a cartoon?
No, it's live action, man.
Oh, it's live action?
It's live action.
Oh my goodness. That's even worse.
This is when Wonder Woman, the Incredible Hulk were popular. Well, this show was so campy, it didn't get prime time. It came on Saturday mornings, right before a cartoon. That's how bad it was. But Jacob, you think you're laughing now?
Wait until you watch.
Get up when you get off this live stream. Just look it up for 15 minutes, and you will have the laugh of your life.
I will say this, because my parents grew up in that time, so they grew up with the Wonder Woman from the '70s with Linda Carter. So like, you got to check out the Wonder Woman shows, because I'm spoiled on the good Wonder Woman with Gal Gadot and the DCU, and so I saw the first episode. And I'm like, it is so bad it's good.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Let-
Some of
let-
especially if you've seen Wonder Woman and the Invisible Jet, it is laughable.
oh my gosh. It was so cool when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Now I'm like, damn, this is bad. But Shazam is the worst out of all of them. It is. He's wearing a beach towel, guys. A beach towel. He has it tucked in his shirt. And then, at least when Superman carries people, he carries them like this. Superman. This guy was holding them underneath him. I'm like, you can't carry little boys like that while you're flying. It just looks bad. He's like carrying them
No.
and he's smiling.
No.
So like, yeah, this is the 70s. This is the 70s.
Oh, man.
Put that man in jail.
We got a comment by Marcus Privet. ACT, Cinematic Tendency. Huge fan here. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you for watching. I thought this movie was really bad. I thought you were very generous in your review. Maybe.
It did have mixed reviews. I saw.
Pretty disappointed. Yeah, Marcus. Yeah, dude. Sorry, it didn't work for you. I don't think the movie is good, but somehow I kind of enjoyed it, especially like after the second time, I was still invested and eating my popcorn. But yeah, I mean, the movie, I would say, what the word would be mediocre. Like it could have been better, have more potential. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry it didn't work for you.
Man,
but
if I had a choice between this and Thor: Love and Thunder, I'm watching Black Adam every single time.
Same here.
Yeah.
Thor, I thought was very underwhelming to me, especially considering how much I loved Thor Ragnarok. But yeah, Black Adam, as generic, I guess, as the storyline is, I think because you got The Rock and the fact that you had some good action in there, I thought it was an enjoyable time.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the exploration of Black Adam as a character. And I like that you can take the story seriously while also getting some pretty good humor in there. Like, the biggest laugh I got was when Black Adam was taking some of those guys out and he throws the one dude while Dr. Fate's like, oh, we gotta take this guy as a prisoner. Do you have him as your prisoner? And the guy's still falling. And Black Adam's like, he didn't make it.
No.
Another scene like that, it was towards the end when he carries those two guys and he goes away, and then Hawkman goes after him, and then he lets them go, right? And then I told you not to kill them, and he's like, no, I waited until you were there. And then he said, that was sarcasm.
That was sarcasm.
That's not sarcasm. That was a lie.
Yeah, the movie had its moments, man. The movie had its moments.
But yeah, I think some of the weaknesses of the movie, I think we agree it was like the villain, it was lame.
Yeah.
His army, like the skeletons, they were useless. I mean,
what was the point?
Yeah.
What was the point?
It was weird though, because they were set up to be these scary demon monsters, but they were easily taken out by the general public. So you can't really take them seriously, because the kid was like doing, oh, we gotta fight back. It's a little peace sign or whatever. Like, yeah! Of all the times, like, you could have taken out the government at any time, some of the terrorists, but no, they're taking on these demon monsters that are supposed to be very scary, and they just take them out like it's nothing.
Yeah.
I like those battle droids in the Phantom Menace.
Oh my God. Roger.
Roger. Easy to kill.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah.
But,
no getting around that.
Yeah, so it has that weird place between, like, it's bad, but I kind of enjoy it. It's kind of weird. I don't know. It's kind of,
if I had to place it, I was thinking about this before I logged on with you guys. I put in the boat of the Fantastic Four movies. They're not very good, but for me they were rewatchable and they made me laugh.
Yeah.
They're kind of like in the same boat as the Fantastic Four movies.
Dude, the Fantastic Four, the second one, the Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
To me, it has one of the best, not the best movie, one of the best scenes.
Yes, yes.
I'm talking when the Silver Surfer, when Human Torch
Just chasing them.
chases that the Silver Surfer.
Yes.
That scene is memorable. I'm like,
Yeah.
I like that a lot, you know. And not the movie as a whole, but that scene I think is top notch. Like
Yeah.
when it comes to comic book movies.
Yeah, like I said, it's not the best, but it had memorable scenes, and you had a memorable villain. I like Silver Surfer in that movie, you know.
Oh yeah, he's
But
cool.
you know,
Yeah. I think for me, Black Adam falls in that category of comic book movies to where you know they're not the best comic book movies, but you still enjoy them because they provide the popcorn entertainment that you want
yes,
and still has some enjoyable characters. Like, I'd put it on the same level. I think as far as DC goes, it's in the same level as Aquaman for me. Like, I don't think Aquaman was a great movie by any means, but it had a lot of popcorn entertainment and some great visual spectacle. It was
yes, they
still fun
did.
to watch. And I think another one I would compare it to, it seems odd to say it because I love Sam Raimi so much, but have you guys seen Darkman?
Oh, love Darkman.
Yeah,
Yes.
I put it. Like, I don't think Darkman had the best story either, but because you got Sam Raimi attached to it and
Yeah.
Liam Neeson giving a hammy performance, it was ridiculously fun to watch.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good one. It's a good comparison.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to check it out. I haven't seen it.
It gets crazy. Like some of the one-liners he says, and there's some ridiculous stuff that he does in the movie. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you call me a freak? And then he does this weird little breakdancing part. It's like, see the dancing freak, only $5. Imagine that at like Liam Neeson's like gruff, growly voice, and it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
funny.
That movie was awesome. I had a really good time with that years ago. But yeah, the elephant in the room, you know, Superman appears, and I have to say this: to hear the old Christopher Reeve, John Williams theme when he showed up, gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
I was like, dun 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 dun. I'm like, oh. and for some reason, he looked more like Superman than he ever have in any other movie.
What's it
Had his
the
hair, maybe his hair was different,
yeah.
and maybe
Yeah.
the cleft in the chin, but he looked marvelous. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
wow, that was easily the best post-credit scene I've probably seen all year. Even though it wasn't a secret when I finally seen it, and then the Amanda Walder part added to it. Well, I know somebody from another world. I was like, oh, the speech leading up to it was perfect.
Yes.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was a really
Send
great
them all,
moment.
send them all.
I loved the scene too. I know
Yeah.
I've seen some people complain about, oh, they're not following the Zack Snyder plan with the black suit that he had in the other
Yeah.
movie. I'm like, I don't care about that. I'm just happy Henry Cavill's back.
Because technically that movie don't exist in canon, I guess. They just gave those nerds a treat because they cried so much. That part of
Yeah.
fandom, I mean, guys, get a life. Get out of your mama's basement, get a job,
Oh,
pay taxes, do something. Stop complaining.
yeah.
Jesus
Exactly.
Christ.
Oh, did you see that? Did you see that one video that was trending on Twitter? There was that one guy who was an obsessed Superman fan who actually brought a camera recording his reaction in the theater. People putting his phones on the side, and he
Mhm.
knew. I think he knew about the scene already because it was leaked. But he was going on when the scene was going on. He was like, "Yeah, yeah, let's go!" It's like the most ridiculous crap I think I've seen in my life.
Was that the one with they had the flashlight in the theater, right?
Yeah, and
Yep.
I would hate to be in that theater because I get annoyed when people have their flashy phones out anyway. So to have
Yeah.
some guy do a fake reaction to that,
That's
That's stupid.
that is so
awesome,
stupid.
man.
Anything?
I get reactions. I get you can have emotional reactions of stuff. I mean, I know we've all seen Avengers Endgame. I know when we saw that in the theater, everyone was clapping and cheering and stuff like that. But it was natural. It was organic.
Yes.
No idiot brought their camera or phones to film that reaction because that's stupid.
It wasn't rehearsed.
Disrespectful. That was definitely rehearsed.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that was his 15 minutes of fame. Idiot.
yeah.
What a
I didn't. I
Uh,
think you put it on your Twitter, Jacob, right? That
I commented that
yeah,
because
like
it was
that.
ridiculous.
I'm like,
yeah.
who does that? Because the theater is dark and you are disrupting other. Yeah, no.
Oh my goodness! And I thought recording stuff in the movie theater was illegal.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But when you got teenagers working at theaters, what are they going to do? You know,
yeah.
yeah.
they have no authority really.
So just to wrap up the Black Adam section, so was bad but entertaining, or what was
Um,
your closing statements, Jacob?
I actually quite enjoyed it. I can't. I don't think it's a bad movie by any means. It's entertaining to watch. I think without The Rock in it, I don't think the movie would be near as good as it is. Because I
Hmm.
think without it, it'd be a disposable comic book movie. I think because you got The Rock and you got some good action, I enjoyed like the mythology of the character and exploration on try writing the line on whether he's good or bad. I thought was interesting. And plus, the post credit scene really elevated it for me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought the film was actually pretty good. I think those who dislike the movie, I guess I can see where they're coming from if they wanted more out of the story. But I think the movie we got, I'm still happy it's made. I'm glad, The Rock finally got to make his passion project.
Yes.
And I hope to see more of Dwayne The Rock Johnson as Black Adam. I think there's an exciting future ahead for him.
He looks the part. He looks great.
Yes.
Hell yeah, he does.
He looks great.
You can tell he jacked his body up to play that part.
Ooh-wee.
Blacktastic. So, your closing statements for that part of Black Adam as a movie.
Black Adam, for me, it didn't reinvent the wheel. It was more of the same. And I don't know the lore or the backstory, so I can't fault the movie for that. I guess a lot of people are disappointed because he's an anti-hero now, not a villain. I don't care about that. Like Jacob and you, I'm happy to see Dwayne Johnson fulfill his dream. That was more than enough for me. And the movie was fun, but no, it's not great. No, it's not good. But it's not the dumpster fire that everybody's saying that it is. Those people I think have high expectations because they all want what they want in their own little heads. But for a popcorn film, I seen it with a packed house. Everybody was laughing, cheering, had a good time, and I like it for that part solely. But for me as an individual, it just didn't have any substance, a whole lot of substance. It tried, like I said, the one storyline about y'all never came to help us. I thought that was the greatest part of the film that left me with something to think about. Like, yeah, where was the Justice League and Superman when this country was in turmoil? That's something they can carry that storyline over. I would like the series more, but hey, man, I hope it makes a ton of money. I hope it does well because I want to see more of this world.
Yeah. I did see I think it made like 60 some million its opening weekend. So it had a really good start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I
It's
think
not
with
super Steven,
so I think this film's going to be a big hit for DC.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, before I let you guys go, originally I had planning like a movie trivia among you guys, but I was planning that for at least three participants. So
Okay.
we're gonna do it next time.
Yeah,
All right.
let me know. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it does.
I wouldn't be participating. It would be you guys and so more people, at least three players, just to make it more fun. But
Well, man, if you're doing movie trivia and Jacob's involved, he's gonna kick our butts. This guy knows everything.
I know.
Jacob's gonna slaughter us. Oh, that was 1977. I remember that. And this guy here, I'm like,
Yeah,
this guy's a robot. This guy's a walking robot, man.
I do learn about movies on his videos because he comes with all these movies I never heard about.
Jacob, man.
It's a good stuff.
Oh man,
I'm a
I
fan.
admire what he has up here.
Yeah.
Excellent content on his channel. Very smart, And I enjoyed your rant about She-Hulk. I was cracking up last night.
Oh, I need to watch it. I need to watch. I got that.
Oh, he was in rare form, my man. He went off.
I did not enjoy She-Hulk.
Hell no, he didn't.
No.
He tore that ass up. Let me tell you.
I'm gonna have to watch the video. That one.
I like the actress, but the writing was terrible.
Oh. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad.
So,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, guys, those of you who watch live, thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching either live or after the fact. And I'm gonna have Jacob's channel info down in the description below, as well as Blacktastic. And again, Blacktastic new movie. What have I done? It comes out in a few more days, the 27th. Is that right? October.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It's gonna
Fun
be.
fact, it's actually coming out on my mom's birthday.
Oh, nice. So you guys can watch it on eBay.
I wish. Buy it. Yes.
Buy it for
It's
$30.
It's gonna be on the channel, and if you follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Cinematic Tendency on Instagram. I'm gonna put a link to his movie once it's out. I believe once again October 27th, 9:30
Yes.
9:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Right. You're right. Right on the money. Yes.
Yeah, 9:30
Right.
p.m. Eastern time. So
It'll be good and dark. You can watch with all the lights on.
and also his
I
channel you can
I
watch
actually
other movies.
sorry.
No, on his channel you can watch his other movies like Sarah. That's the one from last year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, about a
Oh,
year.
that one was so good.
Yeah. Jacob.
Oh no, I was saying. I think earlier I commented because Werewolf by Night dropped on Disney Plus earlier this month, and I think a comment I made which caught my attention like that. I was like, I wonder what's going to be the better werewolf feature, the Marvel Project or Blacktastic.
and you'll find out both movies are kind of similar in a lot of ways. I'm like, wait a minute, huh? That's my idea, damn it! But hey, if I'm being compared to Disney, I'm happy. I'm good.
Both
There
black
we
and
go.
white.
Both in black and white. Yeah.
Black and white.
Wait, we have a shot of color in your movie like Marvel's, because Marvel had that red glowy stone object thing.
And the only color in my movie is red. I'm like, wait, what?
Oh wow!
I'm going to sue Disney.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, they were like, get out of here, peasants.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time. And I think we three recommend you to go and watch that movie Black Adam. I think it's a good time at the movie. So
Judge for yourself.
Just for yourself, exactly. Thank you for your time, guys, and we'll see you guys very soon. And thank you for watching.
Bye.
Our pleasure.